Just waiting to get out of this lay-by onto what is a very busy eastbound A595. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I've been out for a big long motorcycle ride today. I've already done about 120 miles. And the reason that I've done this is to essentially test out the state of the motorcycle, the magnificent beast here. He's been giving me some problems again. Regular viewers will be aware of the ongoing problem that I had through the summer with the charging system. And I had thought that by replacing the rectifier and doing a whole load of other checks on it, that I had solved the problem and it had gone away for a substantial period of time, a good 4 months, maybe a bit longer. However, when a few days ago I got up at 6:30 in the morning in order to go to work, I believe it was Monday actually. Today is, what is it today? No idea. It's Wednesday, yeah, so 3 days ago. It just wouldn't start. Flat battery. Oh no, I thought. The charging problem has reared its head again. Well, I jumped on the Murgatroyd's bike and rode to work on that, which was a lot of fun, as riding the Murgatroyd's Benelli BM125 always is. Certainly wouldn't want to be doing it every day because, well, for a start, it just isn't fast enough to get to work in under an hour. And second of all of that hard work for that little 125 engine would probably end up blowing it up. And so I went to work on Monday on the Benelli BM125, came back home, 2 wheels. Surprising number of motorcycles out today. I've seen about half a dozen in the last 20 minutes. Probably people going home from work, it's that time of day. Well, I took the battery out yesterday afternoon, Monday afternoon, charged it up, put it back in, started strong first time, revved it up to about 4,500 revs. I was getting 13.6 at the battery. So I thought, well, what's the explanation then? Now, regular viewers will also know that the motorcycle had not been ridden quite recently through the very, very cold snap that we had through the Christmas and New Year period. It had quite literally been sitting in the garage for, I don't know, 2.5 weeks. And then when I finally did go out and ride it, I was doing a lot of filming, so I was stopping and starting a lot. And I think that really seems to be the probable explanation for the battery having gone flat. I don't know, not sure. In any event, I'm still trying to get somebody to look at the car. All of the local garages are very busy at the moment. Nobody can do it anytime soon. And so, yesterday morning, the Murgatroyd and I were sitting down at breakfast, 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, the way we do. And we got round to the topic of my needing to be able to get to work reliably every day without taking the risk of blowing up her fabulous little Nelly, the Benelli BM125. We came up with a plan, and the plan was to get me another motorcycle. And so, once that decision was made, I then spent many hours looking at what was available. Well, again, Two wheels. Regular viewers will know that I had been hankering after a BMW F650 GS, actually a 798cc engine. As everybody who's heard me talk about it before will know, it's the twin-cylinder version of the original single-pot F650. Now then, the one that I had recently suggested in a previous film was the one that I was going to buy, was in fact still available at the motorcycle shop in Birmingham. But they had another one that they hadn't had before, I hadn't seen before, which was the same model a couple of years earlier, but with a similar sort of mileage on it. And it was much better dressed up. It was also in a more pristine condition, and it had heated handlebars, and it had a full set of panniers on it, which the blue one, you might remember, did not. So I was very tempted by that. I phoned up the shop, and do you know what? To be perfectly honest, they didn't seem the least bit interested in what I thought I was displaying, which was my enthusiasm for buying that kind of bike. They were completely non-committal about when it might be ready for me to go down and collect. They didn't seem to want to discuss the possibility of having it delivered. And so I just said, okay, well, I'm going to think about it and I'll call you back. I did not. I carried on looking on Auto Trader and other places. I looked at all kinds of things. I realised I could really have whatever I wanted, up to £4,000, which gave me a lot to look at. I got stupidly, childishly overexcited about a few things and then caught myself on and thought, no. What I want is an adventure bike, or at least something quite like one. And so I carried on looking, and eventually I settled on what looked like something I really might want to ride 5 days a week through, as anybody who's seen my commute to work videos will know, a truly fabulous valley. I did a lot of watching YouTube reviews, reading written reviews in various magazines, and I gave the whole damn thing a lot of thought. I also spoke to the Benji Mouse, my eldest son, who's had many more motorcycles than I, and he said, don't do it, I wouldn't do it, don't do it. Well, the reasons why he thinks that will become clear when we have the big reveal, which will be sometime early next week. I can tell you, put a deposit on the motorcycle concerned, and it is now going to get a full service, an MOT, and will be ready for me to collect from Burnley in a little under a week. Hopefully Monday next week, possibly Tuesday. What I can tell you is that it has had one owner from new. It has very clearly been well looked after. It has full service history. And is very soon going to be mine. So, you can all spend time guessing what it is. Or you might not, you probably won't. But you will find out next week. Well, the news on the Benji Mouse. The Benji Mouse will tomorrow be flying to Morocco, where he is going to go on a guided ascent of a very big snowy mountain called, what's it called again? Mount Toubkal. Mount Toubkal. I hope that all works out for him. He was on WhatsApp yesterday asking my advice about various things, including kit bags, including which gear to buy for his new DJI Osmo 5 Pro, which he's bought yesterday. And so that was that. He'll probably be out of touch for a few days. Apparently there's no internet near the mountain in Morocco. So let's hope it all goes well. If you see this in time, Benji Mouse, you be careful. And always trust your judgments on big snowy mountains. Well, here we are then, blasting down the A595. I am going to be pulling over quite shortly to get some petrol. The reason I've come back from my ride this way is that for reasons that escape me, petrol is always about 5 pence a litre cheaper on this road than it is anywhere else. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'm not going to film any more this afternoon because the light is fading, as you can see, and it's also very grim and overcast. It's also very cold. So yes, thank you all for watching. A very warm welcome as well to my clutch of new subscribers, whoever you are. Thank you for subscribing. There is, as I always say, a whole lot more to come. There we are then. That's it for now. And we'll see you in the next one. Here we are then, look. £1.33. It's 1:38 in my local garage.